So today I'm going to show everyone how to wire 5 different kinds of flowers. I'm going to start off with the Gerber daisy, followed by the rose, then the carnations, the cymbidium orchid, and the mini calla lily. This is the basis for applications such as boutonnieres or corsage work or bouquets. It provides stability and ensures your projects don't fall apart. You'll need 3 tools to do this project: pruners or sharp knife, not scissors. Floral tape is next. This is a flexible waterproof tape that you can buy at Michael's or your local flower shop. Lastly is thin gauge wire. This is available in different gauges at Michael's or your local florist or even Home Depot. For these applications, you will want a sturdy yet flexible wire, probably something mid-range in thickness. First, I'm going to show you how to wire a Gerber daisy. There are 2 ways to do this depending on your end application. The first is if you are making a bouquet. Gerbers have flexible stems and they can break fairly easily, so you want to provide them with as much stability as you can. What you want to do is insert the wire underneath the head of the Gerber daisy, and you want to pull it through so that you can see the wire coming out the center of the Gerbera. Once you have this, you want to make a hook with the visible wire, so that when you pull it back down into the flower, it catches and holds in place. And it won't be going anywhere unless you really pull on it, which you don't want to do. You just want to pull it gently but firmly. Once you have that done, what you want to do is wrap the wire around the stem, and this provides further stability for the Gerber daisy. Once you run out of wire, you can do the taping. I'm going to speed up a little bit so that you can see. You don't have to go down all the way, only about 2/3, which will provide you with enough stability for most projects. And once you're done, it'll look like this. For the next part, you want to take your waterproof flexible tape. The trick to this is to put it just below the head of the Gerber daisy. And as you are twisting the tape around the stem, you want to pull the tape, because this is a flexible tape and you will find that it won't stick as well and is more prone to bunching if you don't pull the tape as you're twisting it. If you rip the tape, you can just start off where you were before, and that's not a big deal. I find oftentimes in the beginning that if you don't know how much tension to apply to the tape, that you will be prone to ripping it. So again, you pull it firmly around until you cover the wire. If you miss something like that, all you have to do is rip the wire and go back further up the tape so that it provides further stability and a more polished look. Once you're done, you will want it to cover all of the wire, and the tape should be firm and smooth, completely covering any visible wire. And voila, you have your first Gerbera. Okay, so for the second application of the Gerber daisy, this would be for corsage work or boutonniere work specifically. What you want to do is cut the stem, leaving about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch left. You want to cut it at an angle so that when you are doing the taping, there isn't such a discrepancy between the stem and the wire, which can make it more difficult for you. So what you want to do is take your wire and hold your Gerber like this, and you actually want to go up the stem itself so that you come out the center of the Gerbera. You can do the way that I showed you previously, but I find this works better for this application. Makes it easier to wire and hold in place. So again, once you get it up, you want to form a hook so that it holds in place when you pull it down. What you want to do is tug it gently but firmly, so you end up with the wire coming out the center of the stem like this. Once again, you want to take your tape and start at the base, and you want to wrap it around the stem and onto the wire. You want to try and do this as smoothly as possible so that your tape doesn't bunch, which it can do sometimes. Just take your time, and if it happens, don't worry. Just start over. You want to go down the stem and pull the wire tight. Pull the tape around the wire tightly. When you have this wire, it can be more tricky to get that smooth look that you want with the tape. So once you've done this, what I like to do to make sure that everything stays in place is that I'll go to the top and again repeat the same thing. I like to pull the tape tightly around and firmly down the stem. Once you get the hang of it, you can sort of spin the flower, which makes it go a lot easier, so that you don't have to rotate your hands all the time. You'll find that you develop a rhythm and that everything will go a lot smoother and more quickly.